I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask, can I?
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions.
To kick off for Detroit.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Christian McCaffrey, the ball.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Throwing, Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their...
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. A gain of 1. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He finds Roberts, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
And at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. McCaffrey on the toss right. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
McCaffrey on the carry.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And 4 at the 43-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And there's Christian McCaffrey with another run CMC as he's known in the Carolina area. Easily the most productive running back in the league last season. 2,392 yards from scrimmage. He's just so dangerous every time he gets the football. Whether you hand it to him, throw it to him out of the backfield, just imagine if they had the guts to let him return kicks as well. This guy is a true triple threat.
He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, but it's going to be 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
A 47-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Tyre Whitehead on the tackle.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Intercepted.
First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And there's a catch by Christian McCaffrey, and he plays a huge role in the passing attack. He's caught over 100 passes each of the last 2 years. So he is a defense's nightmare because how do you identify him before the snap on every play? Is he a running back? Is he a receiver? Do you guard him with a defensive back, a line?
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
A gain of 20.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him.
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Now they go screen. It's complete. Then he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body, getting to him before he can get started.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater connects it to Roberts, right side. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Panthers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He'll have a first down inside the 10. That's caught. It's Thomas. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
At the 4-yard line.
Now Bridgewater toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Trey Flowers make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack. And now they're going to force him into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead.
1-yard gain.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multi-tap.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Goal at the 3-yard line.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. On the ground, McCaffrey, and he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And he's got it to make it now 13-0.
Makes the score Panthers 13. Lions.
Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown.
take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. To throw is Bridgewater. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Ian Thomas as the first half is winding down, and the Panthers add on to their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And some room to roam now. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
7 yards. And the Lions first down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Stafford. Looking in zone for Jones. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Jones, incomplete. He was covered by Trey Boston.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. The final shot before the break, Stafford. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Gain of a yard.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Stafford. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on...
It's a foot race. He's at the 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 77 yards. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half is getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start with a handoff to Johnson. Space to maneuver at the 40. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
A gain of 26
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a play. Book, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down. Stopped at the Panthers' 41. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain. And it's 3rd and 2 now. Throwing is Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down.
First down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all.
He's brought down at the
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Once again, it's Swift. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Again, the ball carrier.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Now it's Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And this one will be brought back to the 22. And this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
At the 23-yard line.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll try and pick it up in McCaffrey. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
A gain of a yard.
Danny Shelton's a former first-round pick out of the University of Washington on his 3rd team now, previously with the Bears and the Patriots. He made that play like the hit he put on the commissioner on draft night.
And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Okay, on this defense.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Stafford going to give it to Swift, and he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Taking it about the 16. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
35-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we can probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. The Etor Gross Matos there to bring him down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, 22! Switch!
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
No gain.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
You can fall or you can stand firm. I'm a real one, so I ain't concerned. I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch him work, watch him hate, watch him work, can't relate.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
It's a gain of
They gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
on the tackle.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 57 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
Hey, 60! Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. 57.
They'll run with Swift. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Carolina, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings.